begin by asking a question. First, I want to know, who in here is a parent? Okay? Who in here who's not a parent? And if you were a parent, all right, would you be okay with it? All right?
Maybe.
Let me ask this question. For you parents and parents, maybe mates, if a train were coming, and it was between that train hitting you or your child or children, who would the train hit? Unanimously, we say that the train would hit us. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to convince you why it is so important with the answer that you just gave in being willing to actually move away from gas cars to buying electric cars. There's three reasons. I want to talk about it economically, I want to talk about it environmentally, and then I want to talk about it regarding the children. Now, one of the things that I feel in America is we kind of use oil like I say a crackhead uses drugs. You know we don't really need or want it, or we do need it, and we don't really want it, but we keep going back for more. And one of the things that I see when I look at the way that our country is moving when it comes to oil is that we're basically positioning ourselves environmentally, where we're starting to see, if you believe in the ozone layer, global warming, we're seeing tornadoes like we've never seen before. Who ever heard of 250 tornadoes touching down within a matter of hours? We're seeing floods that not only take out a house or two, it takes out towns. We're seeing tsunamis that come through and wipe out 230, 300,000 people in one swoop. We're seeing droughts that are going to cause us to have to not only pay more money for food, but actually witness more famine and devastation. Is it because of the ozone layer? Is it because of the gases that are being released? I'll let you be the judge. But environmentally, that could be one of the problems. Economically, the reality is in America, the one thing that had made us great is we led the world in what it meant to be innovative and to be creative. And we are now living in a time where we need to retool America. We need to rethink how we're going after jobs, how we're creating jobs, the industries that we're looking at. And one of the things that we know is if we move into the technology of electric vehicles, we get to not only retool our people, but we also get an opportunity to come up with a level of creativity and innovation that perhaps not only creates jobs and opportunities here in America, but we can be a global leader, as we're used to being. And then what about our children? How in the world can electric cars impact our children? Well, I started it out when I talked about the issue of the environment. But one of the things that I know, no matter where you are politically, we went to war a few years ago. We started out with a war that says we were going to war for mass destruction. We got there and we said that we were going to be there for Iraqi freedom. Rumors started going, talking about oil issues. Wherever you sit with it, lives were lost. Our babies came back in body bags. Our young men and women have to now live with a mental issue that will change them forever. Do we really want our children to grow up having to continue to fight wars for oil, for a freedom that perhaps doesn't exist? You tell me. But this is what I know. The opportunity for us to drive electric cars is here. But I hear people say things like, well, you don't understand. Do you know how expensive those cars are? They can run from $50,000 to $100,000. Do you know how expensive they are? And I come back and I say, do you know how expensive it is for a mother to bury a child? Do you know how much it costs to devastate an entire town. I bet you if you talk to those people up in Colorado Springs that lost their homes to fire, they wouldn't tell you about the expense. They would tell you about the pictures that they will never see again of their father who passed, the letters that their mother wrote him before she died. Because you can't put a price on it. So see, at the very beginning of this presentation, I asked you if a train were coming, who would that train hit? And unanimously, we said that the train would hit us. So this is my challenge to you. Are you willing to stand up and realize that if you will allow a 100-ton train to smack you in the face, and you know that would hurt, are you willing to allow a little inconvenience, a little discomfort of maybe having to learn what it looks like and means to drive an electric car? Being willing to pay a little bit more for a vehicle. Perhaps you don't have to fill up for $40, but you can charge for $40, so that your children can have the kind of future that we know America provides. Okay, I know I was far-reaching just to talk about electric cars, but I really do believe that this is an opportunity for us to let go of the crack and have a future for our children that we can be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Wow.